Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, Living Wisdom in Dharma World. In today's session, we'll explore the profound connection between dependent origination, Paṭicca Samuppāda, and emptiness, Śūnyatā, two cornerstone teachings of the Buddha. These insights not only reveal the nature of reality, but also show us the path to liberation from suffering. The Buddha's teachings on these topics are vast, yet deeply interconnected. Dependent origination describes the interdependent nature of phenomena, while emptiness reveals the absence of inherent, independent existence. Together, they dismantle the illusion of a permanent self and lead to freedom. What we'll cover: 1. Dependent origination, what it means and how it works. 2. Emptiness, the insight into the nature of reality. 3. The interrelationship, how dependent origination explains emptiness. 4. Practical applications in daily life. 5. Conclusion and inspiration for practice. Let's begin. Dependent origination, what it means and how it works. The teaching of dependent origination, Paṭicca Samuppāda, explains how phenomena arise and cease through interconnected causes and conditions. In Samyutta Nikaya, the Buddha says, "When this exists, that comes to be. With the arising of this, that arises. When this does not exist, that does not come to be. With the cessation of this, that ceases." This teaching outlines the 12 links, nidanas, of causation, illustrating how suffering arises in a cycle of birth and rebirth. 1. Ignorance, avidya. 2. Mental formations, samkhara. 3. Consciousness, vijnana. 4. Name and form, nama rupa. 5. Six sense bases, salayatana. 6. Contact, phassa. 7. Feeling, vedana. 8. Craving, tamha. 9. Clinging, upadana. 10. Becoming, bhava. 11. Birth, jati. 12. Aging and death, jaramarana. For example, ignorance about the true nature of reality leads to mental formations. These, in turn, condition consciousness, which perpetuates a cycle of attachment and suffering. In Majjhima Nikaya, the Buddha emphasized that understanding dependent origination is crucial to overcoming suffering. One who sees dependent origination sees the Dhamma. One who sees the Dhamma sees dependent origination. Emptiness, the insight into the nature of reality. Emptiness, Śūnyatā, refers to the absence of inherent, independent existence in all phenomena. This insight is closely related to the Buddha's teaching of anatta, non-self, and impermanence. In Heart Sutra, the Buddha taught, "Form is empty, emptiness is form. Emptiness is not other than form, form is not other than emptiness." This statement highlights that emptiness does not mean non-existence. Rather, it means that things lack a fixed, unchanging essence. Instead, they exist due to causes and conditions. For instance, a clay pot is not inherently a pot. It exists because of clay, water, fire, and the potter's skill. Remove any condition, and the pot ceases to exist. Similarly, our sense of self arises from aggregates: form, feeling, perception, mental formations, and consciousness, which are also impermanent and interdependent. The interrelationship, how dependent origination explains emptiness. The profound connection between dependent origination and emptiness lies in this realization. If all phenomena arise dependently, They cannot possess an independent, intrinsic nature. This is their emptiness. The Buddha explained in Samyutta Nikaya, because this is, that is, because this ceases, that ceases. This is the essence of emptiness. Interdependence and lack of self-nature. Dependent origination describes the process by which phenomena arise due to conditions, while emptiness emphasizes the lack of inherent self-nature in these phenomena. There are two sides of the same coin. Dependent origination shows how things exist. Emptiness shows what they are not, intrinsically real. For example, a flower blooms because of sunlight, soil, water, and seeds. Each condition depends on countless other factors, such as weather and seasons. The flower's existence is empty of inherent self. It arises only due to interdependent causes. Similarly, the self we identify with arises from the five aggregates. Understanding this emptiness helps us loosen attachment and reduce suffering. Nagarjuna's perspective. The Madhyamaka philosophy of Nagarjuna elaborates on this connection. Whatever is dependently arisen, that is explained to be empty, being dependent on designation. That is the middle way. Nagarjuna's insight is pivotal. 1. All phenomena are empty because they arise dependently. 2. Emptiness does not negate existence, it negates inherent existence. 3. The middle way avoids the extremes of eternalism. Things exist independently. And nihilism. Things do not exist at all. Examples of interdependence and emptiness in action. Consider the breath. Breathing depends on the presence of air, the functioning of the lungs, and the act of inhaling and exhaling. The act of breathing is empty of inherent existence. It arises from these interconnected conditions. Recognizing this emptiness helps us cultivate mindfulness and gratitude for life's interdependence. Practical applications in daily life. Understanding dependent origination and emptiness transforms how we perceive and respond to life. A. Reducing attachment and aversion. Recognizing that everything is interdependent and empty reduces clinging to possessions, relationships, and status. For example, if someone criticizes you, the reaction arises from dependent conditions, your perception, their mood, and circumstances. Seeing this helps prevent reactive anger. B. Mindful relationships. In relationships, understanding emptiness reminds us that people and situations are impermanent and shaped by conditions. This encourages compassion and patience. C. Overcoming suffering. If you lose something valuable, reflect on its emptiness. It was always dependent on conditions. This insight helps diminish grief and attachment. D. Breaking cycles of craving. When craving arises, investigate its dependent nature. For instance, craving chocolate may stem from stress or habit. By seeing its emptiness, you can weaken its hold. E. Meditative practice. In meditation, contemplate the impermanence of thoughts, sensations, and perceptions. This reveals their dependent and empty nature, fostering equanimity and wisdom. Conclusion and inspiration for practice. The teachings of dependent origination and emptiness dismantle the illusion of a fixed self, offering a path to freedom. As the Buddha said in Anaṭtalakkhana Sutta, what is impermanent is suffering, what is suffering is non-self. What is non-self should be seen with right wisdom as, this is not mine, this I am not, this is not myself. By contemplating dependent origination, we understand the interconnectedness of all things. By realizing emptiness, we see the true nature of reality. Together, these insights free us from clinging, aversion, and ignorance. As Nagarjuna beautifully stated, without depending on the conventional, the ultimate cannot be expressed. Without understanding the ultimate, liberation cannot be attained. I encourage you to reflect deeply on these teachings and apply them in your daily life. With mindfulness and wisdom, may you discover the profound liberation they offer. If you found this teaching helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. Let's continue walking the path to peace and freedom together. Thank you for watching.